You have been diagnosed with partial memory loss. This occurs occasionally after the cloning process.
The vast and endless void permeating throughout the ginormous multiverse of EVE Online is a spectacular cosmic wonder that is truly something to behold. EVE has always been there to help you out in fulfilling your space conqueror fantasies since its inception in the PC platform that dates back in 2003. After having a decent run in the last couple of years, EVE tries to encapsulate the entirety of its boundless intergalactic grandeur within the mobile scenery, releasing a pocket-sized version called EVE Echoes last August 13 through the collaborative efforts of its original maker CCP Games and the Chinese tech conglomerate NetEase Games. So the big question now is, will the mobile iteration fly and aim for the moon, or will it just be another too hot to handle of a star that will eventually burst into a million specks of space dust, deeply forgotten in oblivion?
And confirmed. Return now.
Blast those drones back to the Dark Ages.
For those who aren't familiar with EVE Online, it is a sci-fi MMORPG sandbox game that takes place in deep space. In other words, you can say that it is the love child of Grand Theft Auto and Star Trek.
Would you mind explaining what a sense of humor is?
EVE Echoes follows the same gameplay narrative of its precursor. At the start of the game, you'll pick a race and choose an identity that you think fits you best. Then right after weaving through a series of basic training, you'll be finally set off into the great frontier that also goes by the name of New Eden. Just you, wrapped inside a metallic vessel, and traveling in a multitude of devouring galaxies filled with unpredictable elements and constant threat from every corner. You'll be manning your own spaceship throughout your interstellar voyage as you try to become the top dog in the whole EVE multiverse, which is pretty huge actually. From here on out, advanced tutorials are set in place to guide you further navigating throughout the complex mechanics of the game. For starters, there are planetary mining activities where you can excavate resources, explore new and promising planets, as well as customizing your spaceship's weaponry and doing side missions such as delivering packages. But if you're not down with that just yet, you can always have a good old-fashioned slugfest with space pirates where you can get saleable loots from. But ultimately, the end goal in this game is to transform your tiny mechanical ship into being the biggest and meanest mothership out there. Jumping off from one galaxy to another is done via light speed warping, and you'll be doing a ton of these as you engage in different activities within the game. The majority of the game's economy revolves around the player-driven market. Players can either buy or sell items and resources freely, and there's even a possibility that you'll be ripped off as players can dictate the prices to their advantage. The soft currency of the game is called the ISK. It is used to acquire and purchase the main essentials in the game, such as weapons, ships, and creating your own corporation. Just like its PC precursor, EVE Echoes offers subscription packages and exchangeable currency as part of their monetization strategy. There are 3 different subscription offerings that the player can purchase in EVE Echoes. You got the basic Omega clone for $4.99, the standard Omega clone for $12.99, and the Omega Duo bundle, which is a combination of both for $14.99. These are monthly subscriptions that allow players to score unlockable content like tech level 8 ships, increases your skill training points per minute, and other additional in-game benefits. To give players long-term subscription options, there are also separate Omega Duo bundles that contain bonus plex starting from $14.99 up to almost $180. Plex is a game premium currency, and it is commonly used to purchase your succeeding subscriptions, or you can sell it in exchange for ISK. Aside from getting Plex as freebies from the bundles, you can also get it in exchange for AUR, which costs 99 cents a piece at the in-game store. EVE Echoes can be a challenging game, most especially to those who have no prior experience in playing its PC version. It takes a while for you to learn the ropes due to the complexity of its game system and the available features therein, but after finishing some basic and advanced tutorials, you'll get the hang of things eventually. Gameplay-wise, you can consider EVE Echoes as an idle game for the most part. Aside from the trading aspects of the game, the majority of in-game activities like mining, ordering of items, acquisition of skills are usually time-based, and there is no option to speed up the waiting process. It's so much of an idle game that you can actually grab a sandwich, and when you get back, you might find your ship still warping into another galaxy or blasting away against space pirates. I think this mechanism is well suited in a play and drop mobile environment, as you can instantly switch to other things that you want to do while wasting away the time for these activities to be finished. In terms of the game's competitive balance, you'll definitely gain some head start if you decide to purchase the subscription package, primarily due to the additional free skill points. The non-paying Alpha Clone players will eventually have to at least purchase the basic Omega Clone package to access other content such as learning new skills and unlock tier 8 fleets and above. This is their way of converting Alpha Clones to Omega Clones by laying out some sort of a teaser before you can unlock the premier content. I would say that purchasing the cheapest monthly subscription that costs around $5 is actually worth it, with all the amazing features and awesome stuff that you can do inside the world of Eve Echoes. Though the game might be light years away from its inclusion in the top 200 grossing charts in the App Store, Eve Echoes has managed to establish a solid position inside the grossing charts for the Google Play Store, as it currently ranks 121, just 1 month removed from its release. Thanks to its strong following and wide player base, Eve Echoes' legacy is just starting to take form and will surely reach for the stars in the not so distant future. So that's about it, guys, and if you like this video, please drop a thumbs up, and you can put your insights and other thoughts about Eve Echoes right down below. On behalf of EP Game Reviews, this has been Pao, and I shall see you on our next game breakdown.
Got it, thanks. Did I know you before?